Alright, guys. What's up, Tomboy Official, for this fitness program? This is 5 days left. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Uh, I skipped some days. I must have skipped something. Hold on. Ooh. 'Cause I wrote the 30th is the. Yeah, I skipped something somewhere. I'm gonna need to figure that out. Um, who knows? I'm just gonna go with it. I'll figure out what I skipped later on. So it might not be 5 days remaining, law number 30, but that's what I'm recording. And we will see where things end up. So we're going up through page 99. All right. And then the topic is law number 30, the perfect warm up. I was taught this by an old mentor of mine. His name was Guy Agard. I'm reading this. I don't know what that is. It's a name. Gee, last name Agard. And he was a bodybuilding champion. He used he used to teach us to ramp up our warm-ups. That's an acronym. Ramp gives you an optimal warm-up that can maximize your performance while reducing injury. Here's what it stands for. RAMP. Raise your blood pressure, activate your muscle groups, mobilize your joints, potentiate the nervous system. G used to tell me, uh, used to always tell me off for not warming up properly. He used to say, you get out of your workout what you put into your warm up. And he was right. Spending 5 to 10 minutes before each workout will help you hit bigger lifts, bulletproof your body, and help you recover quicker for your next session. Compounded over time, you can only imagine how your progress will speed up. Here's a ramp warm up example for a push day. Raise blood pressure. Lateral raises on a very low weight to raise the blood pressure in the body and the shoulders. Activate muscles. Slow eccentric press ups. 5 second eccentric with 2 to 3 second pause at the bottom. This will activate the chest, the arterial delts, and the triceps. Mobilize joints. Sleeper stretch, shoulder dislocations with a band. Is it called shoulder dislocations? That can't be right. With a band or light barbell. Cable external rotations. Potentiate nervous system. Get a medicine ball and push and do 5 explosive presses on the floor. If you're doing this hard enough, the medicine ball will with bounce will I think it's supposed to say will bounce right back into your hands. Rest for 30 seconds and do it for 3 to 5 sets. This movement is similar to a stiff leg deadlift. Your legs would be straight, but your feet would be a lot wider, like a sumo wrestler. Page 99, there are a million ways to warm up, depending on what muscle groups you're working. But if you use ramp to build the perfect warm up, then you can't go wrong. Law number 30, ramp up your warm ups. I would say I've definitely learned a lot in the during the summer, anyways, about the importance of doing a whole lot of stretching and definitely warming up as well, or just having like days where it's like taking days off or cool down days, or well, it might be like a sauna or steam room kind of day, but it's like I'm just kind of like doing some muscle recovery or something like that. Like definitely trying to go heavy in variety. Like I've been trying to do a lot more variety because I do tend to stick to the same workouts, the same stuff. So when I'm doing stuff, uh, I try to incorporate different types of things like, a little bit of martial arts movements, a little bit of like dancing movements, a little bit of rollerblading kind of stuff, maybe some jump roping. Like this isn't all in one day, but it's like, you know, other than just like the barbell, the dumbbell, but in addition to those, like a pull-up bar that has multiple grips, or that pull-up bar can also be used on the ground, so that you can kind of put your feet in it when you're doing type different sit-up, uh, when you need your form to be correct for sit-ups, and then I've got this large exercise ball, like all this kind of stuff, resistance bands, all this kind of stuff. Or I can go to the gym or go to the park or go to the beach, get the resistance from the sand, the resistance from the wave in the water, walking on paved hills or flat surfaces, or walking up and down like grassy knolls, or walking in the sand, or walking on the pier that's like uneven wooden, a wooden surface or something like that. Like just trying to get a lot of variety in. Um, it is a little bit hard to focus though, as far as like a game plan, because sometimes I'm like, I want to do a specific thing, but I'm like, I think I might need something else. So a lot of times I usually need cardio. That's usually what I need, but I probably don't get as much cardio as far as like walking and jogs, that kind of thing. I really don't prefer it unless I'm like playing a sport or something like that. So that's kind of where I definitely fall short. And when there's heat like lately, since it's summer winding down, but it's still kind of hot out. Like right now it's 74 degrees where I'm at. Still cool, but it was hot this afternoon. Like we get heat. Um, and so it is a little harder to do like in-home workouts, and you know people I live with don't really wake up um at a consistent time, so I really don't like being interrupted when I'm doing things. Like there's certain things when I'm cooking, cleaning, or exercising, those three things, I really don't like it when people are kind of like the whole like walking in on me kind of thing. Like it's not like a big deal. It's not like I'm like changing or in the shower or something, but like it's kind of it's like a level lower than that. Like I kind of don't like the feeling of like being in the zone and then somebody just kind of like interrupting me. Like it's just a very uncomfortable feeling because I can really get my mindset just like into the zone in something. But I find myself kind of taken out of it when I'm like listening to see if there's other people around or whatever. That's kind of one thing that I'm like, this is really annoying. Um, like I can kind of do that at the gym more, but I don't really like it at like when I'm working out at a park or something, and then it's like I don't know, some public spaces outdoors. I don't really. I mean, if it's broad daylight or whatever, I don't really mind. But if it's like night or evening or dark out, sometimes I'm like I kind of like I live in LA, I live in the city, so sometimes I'm not trying to be just like walking around in alleys and stuff, um, with my headphones on and kind of like zoned out, like it kind of just depends where I want to be, because I have noticed I can get a little bit spacey, but I think it's a good thing. It's kind of like almost like how when you go for a drive, you can kind of just like think clearly, something about like a change of scenery, something like that. You kind of get different ideas, you're kind of stimulated in a different way. like the weather might feel different or there might be different scents or whatever. And you're kind of just taking it all in. I kind of prefer to work out in that mode, just kind of chill. But that's like best case scenario. Um, I don't know how often this happens, but um, it isn't uncommon for me to work out and be like, just kind of like, I just need to get in 15 to 25 minutes or something, even though that's not even my minimum amount. But I'm like, if I'm really pushed for time, or just even if my motivation just isn't there, it's like I'd rather do something than nothing. And then some days I really just take the days off, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday I had intended to work out, but I ended up podcasting instead for like, I don't know, multiple hours. And so, yeah, but I don't know. All right, that's it for this one.